Good afternoon, everyone. We're from Group 9, and today we're going to present to you our group project that we have been working on lately. But before that, let us introduce ourselves. Next slide, please. My name is Sofia Rehana with my last student number 079, and my friend is Rafina Devi with her last student number 076, and Adistri Fitria with her last student number 078, Silviana Agustin with her last number 084, and Imelda Putri with her last student number 002. Next slide, please. Here's the list of contents that we're going to share. Today, we're going to talk about the introduction, project overview, development process, demonstration, and conclusion. All right, for the first introduction, it will be discussed by my friend Imelda. Please, the time is yours.
All right, thank you. So our project on developing learning material for discussion text with the topic artificial intelligence or AI. So we develop learning material for the 12th grade vocational high school students majoring in computer and network engineering, or we call it TKJ, Teknik Komputer dan Jaringan. So we have developed the unit book and also the ICT incorporated and non-ICT incorporated activity. Alright, so the goals and the objective of the project is to students feel of the study and enhance their fundamental communication skill, including listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So we focus on communication learning methods through collaborative project and the use of technology. Next, please. Alright, now let's come to the project overview. So we develop learning materials integrated with interactive platforms such as quizzes, word wall, Padlet, Google Sites, and YouTube. So each learning cycles, both spoken and written, is designed using media like the audio, a video, infographic, and digital applications such as Canva and Microsoft PowerPoints, and all that stored in Google Site. Now let's talk about educational needs of the target audience. So needs analysis revealed that in 12th grade vocational students require more interactive media, materials relevant to their fields and communicative methods. We also identify that students are over dependent on textbooks. So we develop a blended learning approaches to make the learning process more engaging and connected to the real world connection. Next. Right.
Okay, now we move on to the development process. The first thing first is the tools and software that we use in developing our materials. The first one is Google Site for students to access all materials. Secondly, there is a Google Form to collect assignment. Then there is a PowerPoint slide to present the material. And the last is Canva to create all the materials. Next.
Okay, the second is there is the design and the usability. Every design is aimed to let the students have material backup accessible anywhere and maintain interactive engagement.
Next, for the pedagogical principles, we use genre-based approach with 4 meetings, including 2 meetings for each cycle. So for the first meeting of each cycle, we have building knowledge of the fields and modeling of the text. And for the second meeting of each cycle, we have joint construction of the text and independent construction of the text. Next.
And the next is the challenges. There are several challenges we face while developing the unit book and materials. The first is mechanical challenges in design process, and the second is designing and creating activities. Third is considering the needs analysis due to several differences in the school's background. The fourth is developing text for activities. And the last is incorporating ICT for speaking activity.
Okay, so for the live construction, for the spoken cycle meeting 1, we have building knowledge of the field and modeling of the text. For the building knowledge of the field, we have an activity for them to look at the 2 pictures of AI-assisted devices and have a discussion with their chairmate based on the triggering questions, and then we have a word wall here for them to practice knowing the vocabularies and familiarize themselves for the listening for activity on the following MOT. And then for in the MOT, they are going to listen to an audio that the teacher will play and then fill in the blanks. So the fill in the blanks will actually then correlate with the expressions that will be used in discussion text. And then in the unit text, and then the teacher will explain the concept and expressions of discussion text in unit textbook, but for instruction wise, the teacher will use PowerPoint presentation instead. Next, please.
Okay, now is for spoken cycle in the meeting too. At the joint construction of text, students will work in groups to make a video about how AI is used in everyday life. First, the teacher will show some infographics about AI and students can scan the QR code provided to find more information through articles and YouTube videos. After that, the student will form groups, pick one of five provided, and then plan the argumentative video outline. The final videos are recorded and uploaded via a Google form that already provided. Next, please. Okay, moving on to the independent construction of text. The student will watch the video made by other groups. Then the teacher randomly asks some of students to explain briefly about what is their friend's group video talking about. And then before starting the next activities, the student watch a short video about opinions and fact, and then analyze their friend's argumentative video to identify and differentiate between opinions and fact. Next.
Okay, so in the written cycle, meeting 1, we have BKWF and MOT. In BKWF, the first activity is the students are asked to read and observe the infographic that are provided in the unit book, and then there is some questions that they have to answer orally. Then they will discuss the infographic with the teacher. And then in the MOT, the first activity is the students will be given an example of discussion text, and then the second is they have to answer questions through quizzes, and then after they have read and answer the questions in the unit book, they are provided with explanation about language features, purposes, and then structure of discussion text for depend their understanding.
Okay, so in the second meeting of the written cycle, the first is the GCOT, where the students will be given assignments for discuss about AI, and they are asked to create information about AI in groups. The work can be in the form of a digital poster, PowerPoint, infographic, or mind map. And meanwhile, for the activities in ICOT, they will carry out different tasks, which is writing argumentative essay individually. The materials they can write for these two assignments can be accessed on the list provided on the Padlet. They can access all these links via the available QR Padlet. And for these two assignments are will be submit on the Padlet. Next, please.
All right, now we come to the end of our presentation. To conclude our project on developing learning materials for discussion text on topic of AI, artificial intelligence for 12th grade, vocational high school students majoring in TKJ, Teknik Komputer dan Jaringan, by utilizing various materials and media such as word wall, Padlet, YouTube, quizzes, Canva, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Google Site. we have created more interactive and relevant material that easily accessible anytime and anywhere, aligning with the target needs. So nevertheless, we encounter several challenges through the process. These include designing engaging activities, addressing the diverse needs of students, developing appropriate text materials, and also when integrating ICT into speaking activities. So despite these obstacles, teamwork, our teamwork enabled us to produce a comprehensive unit book that effectively combines technology with proven teaching methods such as the genre-based approach or GBA. I think that's all for our presentation on this project. Thank you very much.